Inside the heart of every human is a swirl of both good and evil. Even heroes are capable of evil, and in turn villains are capable of good. The one thing that can change the mind of any human is desperation. How far are you willing to go to save the one you love? Are you willing to listen to the evil in your heart? If a man commits a bad deed for the ultimate purpose of committing a good deed, should he be punished or praised? The Heist is a short episodic crime series that follows the journey of a young boy who asks these very questions. Our protagonist is Chris Johnson, a young boy who aspires to join the police force. He has an incredible memory and dreams of solving criminal cases just like his father. Though his mother is hospitalized with cancer, he is a bright young boy who believes in his father's reassurance. Being a young boy, he has a very black and white view of good and evil. He can blindly believe his father's reassurance simply because his father has never done wrong in his eyes. Chris is a young boy, and so he sees the world differently from an adult. His father acts to serve as a contrast in the story, seeing a different side of the events that unfold. To Chris, helping his father with anything he needs rewards him with praise from his role model. He follows his words of wisdom as absolute and will jump at any opportunity to play policeman with his father. This childish view is what ultimately leads to Chris assisting his father with undertaking a bank heist, under the ruse that he was helping his father with an investigation. Chris is introduced driving to the bank with his father. The two speak about Chris's mother, who is in a very unstable condition due to the cancer in her bones. It is revealed that the family is scarcely able to afford the medical expenses for her. This also sets the stage for Chris's father to perform the bank heist, as he is left without another option. Chris immediately has an emotional plight, in that he is a young boy at risk of losing his mother. As a result, he holds his father in high regard. The relationship between the two will be the first thing the audience views, and we want to establish that this relationship is very strong. Chris sees his father as both his only current parental figure and his role model as a police officer. He is a young boy with clear aspirations and emotional baggage, giving him both things to gain and things to lose. We want the audience to become invested in their relationship so that the events that unfold hold an emotional weight and serve as a challenge for Chris's character. When Chris and his father arrive at the bank, his father asks if he would like to help him with an undercover investigation. Chris is excited by this, immediately letting his mind wander to places of grandeur. His father asks him to count the number of people entering and the number of people exiting the bank for the next half hour. If he does this, his father will be able to tell if there is suspicious movement today. He has a very good memory, and so he accepts this task. He says he will be back with food and leaves past the bank. Through Chris's eyes, he is helping his father with police work. However, the audience begins to suspect that may not be the case. When his father returns, Chris is talking to some other children who are playing hopscotch nearby. His father is frustrated with Chris and immediately pulls him away. This serves to further the audience's suspicion, as his father returns very flustered and out of character. Chris is upset by this, and assures his father that he did not stop counting. He tells his father 33 people entered and 29 people left, to which his father seems very relieved. The events that follow, however, reveal his true motives and the role that the young boy played. Given how close the two are, Chris struggles to overcome the moment when his father's true intentions are revealed. He watches on in horror as his father attempts to rob the bank along with several other masked men, and they are reprimanded by actual undercover officers. He watches as the man who acted as his role model be handcuffed and taken away by the people he looked up to. This is a very emotional moment for Chris, and serves to attempt to sway him from his goal and make him lose hope. Chris is unable to act, a clear divide between the adult world and the world of a child being drawn before him. His views are challenged by this event, and he is forced to emotionally mature. When Chris is taken away by another officer, he offers to let Chris ride in the front with him as they drive back to the station and decide what to do. During the car ride back to the station, Chris has a conversation with the kind officer about what it means to serve as a figure of justice. The officer fills Chris with the same inspiration his father did, and tells him what it means to serve the law. Chris realizes it was not just his father he looked up to, but the things he did as an officer. He wants to become the kind of officer that sits next to him right now. Though many emotions flow through Chris during this final scene, he vows to become the kind of person that his mother would be proud of. We want to leave our audience with the feeling of hope. While we are introduced to a young boy filled with hope, we watch as that hope is taken away from him, and his motivation to become a police officer is challenged. However, we want to open and close with the same clear message. The episode closes with Chris finding hope in the words of a kind officer who takes him in. He found hope in his father's stories, and he rediscovers it through the actions of a stranger. Though his father will take a heavy burden on his heart, he now has crossed the threshold into the adult world. From here, Chris must hold firm to his own beliefs, for life is never without hope.